Hello, here I am. It's a sunny morning in Australia, and let me share with you about my insights about the eagle. And so many years ago, I did a study on eagles, and I found out all these things about the eagle. And I have many people in my world who are eagles, and I believe that my calling and my purpose is to get the eagles and take them to the top of their mountain. And so the eagle story came from a time where I was very broken. I'd lost a job, and it was what I call one of my crying years. And I just went really deep with God actually, and started to study. And I studied about eagles. And there's some things I learned about eagles. So one of the things that I learned about eagles is that eagles fly higher than most other birds. Eagles go to the top of crags on rocks, and they're often on their own, alone, and they have what they call an inner eyelid. And what I started to understand and realize was that is like a spiritual eye, an inner eye. And I really honestly felt like God said to me, you have an inner eye, you have a spiritual eye. And what I've seen is when people are trying to make decisions or work out, get clarity about where they're going, they need their spiritual eye to be sharp, because when their spiritual eye is sharp, their natural eye has clarity. And when they're not operating from a place of peace, up on the top of that mountain, just like I'm on the top of this gorgeous mountain right now, when they're not operating from a place of peace, they're not using their spiritual eye. And so your spiritual eye, the eagle has 360-degree vision. The eagle can see further and wider and higher and deeper than others can see. The eagle, as it gets older and as it's gone through life's challenges, its wings replenish, and it can actually fly through turbulence. And the eagle can fly straight into the sun. The eagle picks up the prey sees its prey from a long way down, and swoops down and picks up the fish with its feet. But its wings are free, and its wings are free to fly. So it doesn't carry the weight heavily in its heart. It carries itself with grace, and as I watch these birds, even these lumpy cockatoos flying around in this valley behind me, they're even doing somersaults and just gliding through the air so gracefully. And so the eagle is often misunderstood, because the eagle does not think the way that other people think. The eagle has high thoughts. It sees beyond. You could call it futuristic. The eagle often has, can have a prophetic voice, or a prophetic gifting, or a gifting to see into situations and have strategy that other people can't see. And so the eagle is often misunderstood, but the eagle is a leader, and the eagle changes nations. The eagle changes the world in which the eagle lives. The eagle takes people under their wings, and there's a mother eagle who takes people under their wings and fosters them to take them further to the top of their mountain. And often eagles, I found, people who are like eagles, they're very talented. They can be creative. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just really great at strategy or problem solving. They're just a leader, a strong leader. And they often do feel quite disconnected from other people, because where they fly and where they go in their minds and their hearts and their spirit is far beyond what other people can understand. And the people around them often don't understand them, because they don't get it, but also they struggle because they feel kind of like, is this person going to leave me behind? Because they don't understand this person. But the eagle needs to also catch the prey and show that it can deliver. It can deliver, and so in being able to deliver means that other people seeing you succeed, because it takes a lot of fortitude to fly and be a pioneer in an area and to own that mountain. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of of ability and inner fortitude to be able to keep going forward when other people don't understand what you're doing. But, you know, as the eagle finds its tribe, and as the eagle finds those people that will follow and listen to that, like that violin sound, that unique sound that that eagle has, then other people will rise to that. And some won't follow, but others will. And so I just, there's so much more to this story about the eagle, but I just want to encourage you, if that resonates with you, that if you have got something unique, if you have got something that is a gift that others don't have, but if you're questioning yourself, you know, sometimes it's about, you actually need to start to execute and start to move forward, and you'll start to find your tribe, and you'll start to find that place where you know that you can have a voice that is purely your voice without any reservation, and that other people will start to come along and notice. Like as I look out here in this gorgeous bush behind me, you know, there's the cockatoos, and I just see them flying in formation. Even those, they're big and they're kind of awkward, comical looking birds, and they're not even eagles, but even they fly, you know, in formation, and they fly together. And so you may have a sound and a voice that you need to express, and maybe fear is holding you back because of that uncertainty, because there is so much uncertainty right now in the world, and our brains don't like uncertainty. We like certainty. But I do want to encourage you, because I do believe that we are in a season where there is a new sound coming out, and people are looking for people to lead them that are real, that actually are leading them with love, that are coming up with solutions to problems in the world, that are meeting needs and serving people in a way that nobody has ever done before. They are seeing the gaps. You know, I know that I'm meant to be serving in the gap. You know, I'm minding the gap. And the gap is often from where people are now and where they want to be, you know, their dream. And that's why my program is called Dream Drivers. It's about helping people move practically, emotionally, spiritually and financially into their dream, and so they can take that mountain. And a lot of times, you know, if you are somebody who is highly creative, you want to go and change the whole world at once, but you know, you've got to conquer one mountain first. So what mountain is it that you want to conquer right now? What mountain is it that is your first mountain to take? Because you can't take all the mountains at once. And sometimes, and I've done this, is that sometimes we are trying to take on too many things at once, and we don't recognize our capacity. And we are eagles, and we are going to get to the top of the mountain, but you know, we have to be faithful and steward what we have in our hands. What's the one thing in front of you right now that you could do? And if you're needing to earn money right now, what is the one thing that you could sell right now? Because there's probably something that you already have in your hands if you're gifted and talented. And how can you execute that? What can you do practically right now to execute that? So I just wanted to share that today, and just speak to you about eagles. And for many of you, that will resonate with you, that knowing that you're always looking beyond what other people see. You see other things that other people don't see, and sometimes honestly you're in an environment that isn't received or celebrated, and when that's the case, that means you've outgrown where you are, and you need to be able to build a brand or build a product or a service that resonates with who you truly are. And that means that, you know, starting to foster and to sow into and to water what you already have within you, and also to create and be in a culture that fosters that. And back to, you know, the topic of fear, you know, people often are in a fear-based culture, and they can even create a fear-based culture for themselves in the way that they get used to thinking. So being able to sit in a culture that is aspirational, that is allows you to learn tools to move out of your fear, and to be able to move into the things that you really want to achieve in your life, and the community that celebrates you, and being able to serve yourself, your family, and to serve others with your vision is such a key. And many times people have not experienced those environments in their workplace, or they may not have experienced those environments in their families. And so you need to do two things. One is create a culture and an environment that you want to live in for your tribe, and also be in a tribe that fosters that kind of environment where you are drawn up. And I often say to my clients, and I've recognized that within myself as well, the times where I've just gone so slow has been when I've been trying to do everything on my own, or I haven't had the right mentors. And so I think there's always a lot of people that will be, happy to pull you down, but who is pulling you up? Who is speaking into you spiritually? Who's speaking into your life emotionally? Who is helping you financially to shift and get traction? And who's holding you accountable to achieve your goals? And is that the person that resonates? Do their values resonate with you? And I think that finding the right mentor is really important, really key, especially now. So I know that, if somebody's not the right fit as a client for me, I tell them, because I know that it's actually better for them to not be under my mantle, if you like, if I don't feel like their values resonate with what I talk about, and that's completely fine. But I do know when people are the right fit, and I think that inside yourself if you are in the right environment. And you definitely need to be around people who have gone further than you have gone in a certain area, whether it's business or whether it's emotionally or spiritually, whatever area. Maybe you have a few mentors, but it's really important to place yourself, if you are an eagle, in a place where you do feel encouraged, and that you do feel like you are acknowledged, and people get you, and they recognize and challenge you to rise higher. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I wanted to share that with you today. And there's more about that, but we are just launching our Dream Drivers new program in the next few weeks, and I'd love you to come and have a look at that. And if you feel that it resonates with you, it is for kingdom influencers, kingdom leaders, corporate leaders, and entrepreneurs and creatives. And it's a place for you to develop your business idea and your kingdom identity, and also learn 6 key principles and pillars of how to execute, kingdom sales, how to serve, how to grow, and how to practically use your natural thinking style, or the way that you process and shift forward quickly. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll be sharing more about this, and I would love to have a chat to you if that's something that resonates with you. Have an awesome day.